Have you for a second imagined what it would feel like if we just go back to the age of love letter writing, or probably just reintroduce it into this era where we get to send love letters to people, but not necessarily those people that make our hearts beat and we have sleepless nights, but probably just writing an appreciative note to someone who is doing well in their respective spheres of influence. It could be a business tycoon, it could be a tailor, it could be a shoe mender, and what have you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Truth Be Told show with Carisma. This is that platform where we get to bring to you positivity only, and we say no to hate speech. If you stay with me, I'll be right back after the break. Welcome back. So this is that platform where everything that happens here is a surprise. There's going to be a lot of distribution of love, appreciation, and all those beautiful things that you get to hear about people. You're going to be meeting a lot of people here, and it's going to be coming to everybody as a surprise. Right away, I'm going to be introducing someone on set who is going to be joining me today so that we run the show together. And that is none other than Mr. Phenomenal Tata Elvis Web Nyoy. Mr. Phenomenal, welcome on set.
Thank you very much.
It's good to have you here.
It's a pleasure.
And you look fine as usual.
It's always reciprocal when I'm with you. The energy is always the same.
Thank you. So, Tata, we live in an era where people have so much capitalized on negativity. I mean, someone will be doing so well, but they are not very sure whether what they are doing is actually the right thing, because nobody gets to tell them or get to appreciate them for what they are doing. So sometimes they just do it to fulfill righteousness.
Yeah.
So and this is a platform actually where we get to introduce positivity. We get to be able to reach out to people and tell them how well they are doing in whatever thing they are doing. Like, we have to capitalize on just the good side of people. We don't even put an eye on whatever negative thing that anybody does.
Perfect.
So I want you to tell me, what's your take on today's society and capitalization on negativity and reintroducing a platform where we get to share only love? What's your take about that?
I think that's very, very salient for a community like ours.
Yeah.
It's good to be positive. It's always good to, in my opinion, it's always good to share positive vibes. That's why in the campaign you told me about Truth Be Told, I think that sharing just positive vibes can go a long way to maybe kickstart and revitalize the positivity in someone and make them be potential influencers onto other people in the same community. Yeah. I think that and more other factors can help in catapulting the country, the community, the society wherein we live. And then maybe we can also help debunk, kick out hate speech and some other negative vices we have in our community. Usually
I know that if I get to appreciate someone for what they are doing, it triggers them to want to do more of that thing. But you see, we live in a society where people, they'll rather talk about the negative than what is good.
All of these also has to do with positive thinking. You yourself, the individual, should first of all begin to think positive for themselves. Yeah. Whether people say things that are negative, whether they say things that are positive, you yourself as an individual get positive so that what another person is giving to what you have, it can just help boost your morale and then help you move forward. Thank you very much. On that note, we get to unveil the package that we have on the show today. So this is going to be a surprise to this lady. If you look at the letter, it's addressed to Olga NK. Olga NK. Yes. Wow. Olga is a Cameroonian. She doesn't even know that this is happening. Someone sent a letter, a love letter to Olga. And so we are going to unveil it and then we will read it out. What the content is. We'll read the content out so that our viewers can get to know. That's beautiful. And probably Olga, I'm sure Olga is watching this video right now. It's so beautifully addressed. Wow. Tata. And well written. Well written. When you look at this, wow. What do you think? First of all, I would like to look at the stickers, the elements on the stickers, like Truth Be Told, Kill Hate Speech, positivity only. All of these and other. The manuscript itself looks very presentable. It's presentable, beautiful. Don't you think the person should even see?
We are going to send this over to her at the end of the day, and we have it written here, Ditto.
Ditto.
Each time I see Ditto, I remember my days back in secondary school when guys used to try to woo me, and they will have to send out letters with the inscription Ditto. Some people
Fact is, I've done several of such letters, and those girls were always running away from me.
Yeah,
never
some people even go as far as obtaining a PhD in letter writing, love letter writing in high school, and all of that. So this just takes me right back. The memories are beautiful. So I'm going to read out this letter to Olga. I'll be a little bit very snappy. So our viewers, you will have to give us your attention. Maybe there's something here you might want to catch for yourself. So the letter reads, Dear Olga NK, when I first listened to you sing, I was astonished at how you brilliantly translated some of my favorite songs to Pidgin and had fun with them. Wow, how do people come up with such an idea? I asked. We will listen to these songs, enjoy them, and if ever we had to do a cover, we most likely to think of every other language but Pidgin. It's in that moment that I knew I had to keep up with you. She's creative, she thinks out of the box, and she's definitely creating her own lane. I love it. I will send you a friend request, I said to myself. I wanted to know more about you, what you are interested in. Okay, now this is giving stalker vibes, but trust me, I am not joking. Even if I were, you are one private lady, I give it to you. Let's fast forward to the first time I met you. It was at the book launch event at Goethe Institute, Bastos, Yaoundé. After the Bakwa guys had given us a good time, the excerpts of the stories from their new book, you graced the stage. It was not so much about your voice, but it was more about your presence. It was peaceful, poised, artistic. When you sing, you demonstrate the relationship an artist and an art outstanding. After your performance, we came up to you for pictures, and oh, how warmly you welcomed us with a big smile on your face. You said, sure, why not? This is probably a celebrity thing to do, I know, but this one was different. You wanted everyone in the picture to get the best angles for themselves. You asked that we take a couple more so we can choose, then went further to show us the positions of the stage which had better lighting. That way the pictures will be more radiant. Yeah, you will not always have that much time to do this, and if we are being honest, no serious person expects this much attention from a popular person. What I took home was the humility that was displayed. Olga, I know we don't hear from you like before, but I know you are hibernating and you will be back in your full splendor. You probably don't have the following influence as much as you expected or desired, but know this, even when numbers don't speak, impact is loud. May you grow to full potential. I pray that you never give up on putting yourself out there. I pray doors will open for you as you re-strategize and bounce back. Every story has an audience and yours is waiting. Love and kind regards, Honey. This letter came all the way from the Philippines, from Neba Hananiel, that's her name, and she sent this letter to Olga. Reading this letter, Tata, I felt so touched. Like the words were coming to me like, this is for you, Carisma. Unfortunately for me, I'm not all these things that that Olga is. Imagine this letter was sent to you, Tata. How you feel about it?
In the course of reading that letter, I felt some little goose pimple.
Yeah.
You see, the individual she has been careful, meticulous, and methodic at the way she's writing. The craft is at the articulation. She's so sweet at the words she chooses to write in that piece. And in my opinion, this is a wonderful piece that can first of all serve as an inspirational piece, and then two, there is a prayer at the end of the piece. And someone who listens to these, can only get to do the best, to be the best of themselves and all of that.
Yeah, it will make Olga do more. So we are going to be sending this letter over to Olga. We'll definitely go drop it over to her.
Perfect.
She's not expecting it, so we have to give her as a souvenir so that she gets to read the words herself. But before we get to the other part of the show, I'm going to do a little profiling on Olga.
Okay.
Because probably lots of people who don't know some stuff about her should be watching us right now, so we get to tell them a little more about who Olga is and what she does, so that people get to follow her, because she's quite an inspiration. Personally, I am a very great fan of hers.
I wish to know if there is a possibility to get to this same Olga, because the things we see in this letter tells us how positive that individual can be.
Yes, of course. We are going to get to Olga and we'll bring her right back to our viewers.
All right.
So I'm just going to do a little profiling on who Olga is, so you all might want to give me your attention for a few minutes. So she goes by the name Olga Nkweti. That's her real name, but she's popularly known as Olga NK. She is a singer, a songwriter, and a poet. Former University of Boya student. She studied law from 2004 to 2007, and she was also a graduate from ENAM. Her experiences in the music industry in Cameroon. She was the Deputy Music Director for AFECAM, Academic Fellowship Cameroon, and that was in July 2012 to December 2016, and that makes it a 4 years, 6 months period. And there she used to handle all that concerns music in the organization. Olga has been a singer with the G3 Studios, which is now known as the Bliss International Holding Studios by Chichi Ladislav, and she was a singer there from 2009 to 2012, making it a 3 years period. And she worked in the recording studio and the production house. She has been a singer with M1 Studio in Boya, 2005 to 2008, 3 years period, and she worked in the recording studio and the production house as well. Now she is responsible for the original music and soundtrack on the Cameroonian movie Therapy, a Sam's production film that is currently playing on Netflix.
Wow.
So, and she's looking forward to enrolling in one of the biggest music schools in the world, that's in the United States of America. So that is who Olga is. If you need to get to her on any social media platform, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, whatever it is, just type Olga NK. She has put out a lot of beautiful songs. She has videos and songs that are on YouTube that you might want to follow. And in case you need someone to cover for beautiful music for whatever event, Olga is always available. So I'm going to drop her contacts right down on the screen so that people can get to
after the profile I see her to be someone who is very versatile. She's dynamic. She has a lot to offer to community. And thank you. I like that.
People might want to connect. It is very important.
Yes.
You might want to connect to her. There's going to be a lot for people who want to do music. Olga is a coach, actually. I didn't mention that she's a music coach. Most music projects in Cameroon, competitions, if you check, you will find out that Olga is always in the background coaching the contestants, you know, and all of that. Yes, so she's a whole vibe. Olga is someone that you want to meet. Everybody needs an Olga in their life. And I think I just caught this one for myself.
We must not overemphasize.
Yes.
We must not overemphasize.
Okay, so right now we are going to take a very short break, and when we come back, you're going to meet some other person, and then we have a surprise package for Olga too.
Washando, if you know one for die, if you know one corona, you know one palava. Washando.
If you are just joining us, this is the Truth Be Told show with Carisma, where we talk positivity only and we say no to hate speech. On this show, we only give out positive vibes. We only say the beautiful things that people are doing, and we really don't care about whoever is failing and however they are failing. We only care about that one little step that they take that makes a complete difference. So right away on the show, we are going to have someone give a gift to Olga, because Olga is the lucky lady who received a love letter from Hananiel today. And we know that after reading that letter, Olga should be emotional, probably crying. So we want to get her out of that mode.
Get her through.
Yes, and get her through. So we are offering her a little gift from a very spectacular guy for some very few minutes. So we have Kendo on set. Kendo, you're welcome. It's good to have you on set with us.
Thank you. Olga, I want to appreciate you. Are very awesome. And I'm giving this out to you. You know, back in school, we studied a gamma lizard as a terrestrial organism. And there was one thing very peculiar about a gamma lizard. its characteristic says it's a predator. And they prey, they always go after their meals by eating other organisms. But one thing we failed to understand about Agama lizard was they used to nod their head whenever they move, like for say 1 minute, they'll have a break and they will nod their head. My own personal studies revealed to me that their nodding of their head is not for nothing. They actually, since they are prey, when they move for a minute, they will pray for their debtors. So nodding their head equally means they are praying for their debtors.
So what's the prayer about? That the debtor should pay the money?
Debtors, they should be ready for them because they are coming for them.
So they're praying that. So how can they be praying for their debtors to get ready for them coming? I don't get it. Because if I pray for my debtor, I should be praying that my debtor should pay. Yeah. But if I'm praying that the debtor should get ready that I'm coming, it means I'm coming to kill. I'm not coming to get.
That's why they are predators. That's why they are predators. So
thank you very much. Thank you very much, Kendo. So Tata, we have a gift for Olga.
Okay.
Right here. I'm not going to unveil this gift on set, but this gift is from our entire team, the Truth Be Told team. And so we are just going to add this letter into it. The letter, I think, I'm sealing that. And we are dropping this over with Olga so that she gets to read these words herself and she can keep them as a souvenir. So let's just take a swap and drop this over, and then we'll come back to you and we'll say goodbye. Well, you know how surprises do work, don't you? So we went all over to drop Olga's letter, but should I say fortunately or unfortunately for us, she is not around, definitely not in the country. But guess what? We mailed the letter immediately and she has received her letter and she was so amazed. And this is what she has to say about the letter and what she has to say to Honey, who sent the letter.
Hey honey, how are you doing? Thank you so much for your letter. I read it and I was speechless, honestly. Thank you. And I do remember the day we met. You described it and I remember it, and I'm happy that my obsession with good lighting was a good thing. So thank you for that. You did mention my pause with music. That's true. A while ago I was doing music a bit more consistently and I took a pause because I wanted to put a few more projects in motion. In a few days you get to see what I was working on because it's almost done. Thank you for your kind words. I think I'm going to frame that letter. That should be the best gift I've received since this year began. Thank you. I love you for what you wrote, and you're just the absolute best. Bye.
Ah, did you see that? Did you watch that video? I mean, did you actually see the glow on Olga? She has definitely been reminiscing and visiting good places. But most importantly, one thing that she said that marked me is the fact that that letter happens to be the best gift that she has received since 2021. And that's exactly what this platform is about. We are happy that the letter got to her. She's amazed. She was overwhelmed. And in that video, she promised that she has been working on lots of things, and a couple of days from now we are going to be discovering what she has been working on. I personally cannot wait, and I want to believe that you all out there cannot wait as well. Thank you very much, viewers, for always staying right to the end. Thank you, Honey, for sending a letter to Olga, and thank you, Olga, for receiving that letter in a very good note. Before I leave, remember to follow us on all our social media platforms, and most importantly, remember to choose someone to send a letter to this season, and make sure you do the sending through us so that we can spice it up and make it a surprise and make someone smile for this season. Thank you very much for staying with us. This is Carisma. Same time next edition. It's a goodbye from here.